Yo, what's good, y'all? You dub back again. This time dealing with the best Naruto abilities. Yo, Naruto has some crazy OP hacks ass abilities. This was a tough list. I ain't gonna lie. There was some stuff I already knew was gonna be up there, but I didn't know how I was gonna place it. There was a couple things that had to get axed, had to get a boot, because I made the list like a week or so ago. And then I'm like, oh damn, I didn't add in this one and this one. I meant to add in this one and this one. I gotta say a couple ones that got axed. The Byakugan, which people mad sleep on. The range, the vision of the chakra points and stuff. That junk is hacks. Okay, that junk is OP more so than hacks. But also lava release had to get axed, bro, because it just wasn't quite the cut of the rest on this list. Now understand, I had mentioned Byakugan. Straight up, we are not having straight Sharingan and straight Rinnegan because they got so many subsects and so many sub abilities. And when I say the best here, you gotta understand, I'm talking most versatility. Sometimes, of course, destructive capacity could be involved in this, but not necessarily. Some very powerful techniques aren't on this list for a lot of reasons. So before I catch hate for why is this not on here? Why is this not on here? I'm looking at most creative, the best, what you can do with it. All right. A whole lot of factors. So let us begin. Coming in at number 15, y'all, we have particle release, also known as dust release. All right. Particle release is what Anoiki, and I believe his predecessor it was either the second or the third Tsuchikage used. We saw later on in Naruto. And yo, this thing was so OP, so devastating, honestly. It it had to be on this list. You can disintegrate people with this. Now, the reason it wasn't higher is because it takes a while to charge and it takes a lot of chakra, but it's mad devastating. And plus, there's other ones on this list that are just stupid. So, particle release definitely deserves a spot. If you don't think it deserves a spot, let me know. Coming in at number 14, earth release, lightweight rock technique. Yo, you can fly. Need I say more? And before people go here, well, what about those who have the Sage of Six Paths chakra? Bro, most people don't have that. So don't be coming in here with that kind of foolishness. Bro, you can fly. This is like the, what was it, Bukujutsu, back in, Dragon Ball, before it was very prevalent amongst a lot of people who could fly. Naruto characters mainly can't fly. They can jump really high. They can do different stuff, but they can't mainly fly. This technique lets that. Also, you saw like Anoiki was able to lighten up, the giant meteor that, Uchiha Madara had dropped, when they first clashed. So, it's very practical, very useful. You can do a lot of things with that, alright? Coming in at number 13. Amaterasu. Now, first of all, this clearly was inspired by Yu-Gi-Oh! Hakusho's Dragon of the Darkness Flame. I'm pretty sure it was inspired by other stuff, but Amaterasu, man. Something that is very difficult to get away from. Something that just burns and will burn you. Okay? It takes high level skill to avoid this. And honestly, when you have an entire episode title dedicated to you, what we bring into the table. You know how important this is. This was an iconic turning point because after Amaterasu was set in motion, after that was all the kitty gloves are off. Everything beyond that was just OP, bro. It was just OP. There was some nasty techniques before, but Amaterasu just is like, yeah, Kishimoto used it as a threshold to, this is what's to come. Alright? Coming in at, where am I at? Number 13? 12. Excuse me, number 12. Alright. Susanoo. However you want to say it. The Susanoo This was so devastating. We saw multiple varieties of it. It's great for defense. It takes some of the heaviest hitters in the series, like Tsunade, alright? Like a Mike gotta break this thing. Yo, Susanoo, you can even put it on some of your clones. This thing, defense and offense, will easily one of the best abilities. Bar none. I shouldn't even need to explain this. You got Itachi's Yamada Mirror. You got his blade. You got Madara's blade that just cuts mountaintops like it's like Swiss cheese, bro. It's crazy, like a knife through butter. Coming in at number 11, we have Senju DNA. Now, before I get some people like, well, that's not an actual ability or jutsu in Naruto. Dude, Senju DNA was able to give Uchiha Madara Rinnegan capability. Understand that. Senju DNA, I've joked in the past, I'm saying this thing more potent than crack, meth, coke mixed together. Right? Senju DNA is crazier than gourmet cells in Naruto. Senju DNA is crazy, stupidly, unbelievably crazy, dude. Tsunade, while severed in half, was able, yes, she had the, because of Senju DNA, was able to keep up her slug, her slug summon, which cries a lot, do the healing. All you need to know is Senju Hashirama, and Wood Release. Senju Hashirama had enough chakra to be on par chakra-wise with a Bijou. Just let that sink in. We move on. Coming in, I believe now we at the top 10. Alright. The Reaper Death Seal. Goes by a few other names. Reaper Death Seal. Dude. It was able to seal Bijous in people. Alright. It was able to seal Bijou in Naruto. Uzumaki Naruto as a child. Right? It's game over pretty much. It's at the cost of one's life, but still. Reaper Death Seal is nasty. Come on. If you know the series, you know what it brings to the table. I don't even need to explain it. It deserves a spot in the top 10. Coming in right above it at number 9. It one-ups it. Rene Tensei. We had, come on, you saw throughout the quote-unquote 4th Great Shinobi War, right? We saw in the final arc. We saw what it brought to the table. We saw also what it brought to the table, if I recall, with Nagato. I'm trying to remember if Nagato and Lady Chio is that, if it's what they use to revive people, but it is a beastly technique. But it's still only at number 9 because we got some heavier hitters in this series. Coming in at number 8, Kage Bushin. Naruto's main technique throughout the entirety of the series. The Shadow Clones. Dude. Makes an army of them. They're so ridiculously OP. When at the full extent that they're sentient, dude. They can take pain and everything. If you got enough chakra, you got an entire army with you. Stupidly powerful. Stupidly useful. Well, not stupid, but you get my point. It's ridiculously useful. It's unbelievably useful. Kishimoto's like, now what can I use as a technique where I don't really have to have Naruto learn that many techniques and him still be massively potent and massively dangerous? Oh, let me just give him a cheat code for making 1,000 clones of himself. Unbelievable. Coming in at number 7. Senjutsu. Senjutsu, man. Senjutsu. Sage mode. Amps you on an unbelievable level. It's unbelievable. Nature release. It was also the ability to allow for countering some of the sage powers that happen later. It was incredible. It honestly was incredible. I don't really need to say more. Y'all saw what it did in the series. It changed the game. It changed the game. Coming in at number 6, Limbo clones. Now, this is one of them I had thought of and I had slipped my mind at the time. I'm like, dude, I have to put him there. We never really got to explain, which was sad. But Madara's Limbo clones, they're invisible unless you have special senses or a special eye to be able to read them. They can do what you can do. They're like they're like an upgrade version of Shadow clones, dude. Honestly, is what they are. It's unbelievable, man. We don't know too much about it, so there isn't much to say about them. Coming in at number 5, Wood release. You would think, you know wood can be nasty, right? A combination of earth and water. It's not the most crazy combination. But my God, if you have wood release in Naruto, you're easily one of the most powerful characters. Or at least you can be competing. If you're Yamato, that's what made Yamato relevant. Shinju Hashirama, you already know. You already know. Dude was able to compete with Uchiha Madara and the Kyuubi because wood release. Wood clones, the thousand-handed Buddha, the Bhattacharya, and different stuff that you can do with them. It's make a giant force appear out of nowhere. That's strategic as well as devastating. Unbelievable, man. Coming in at number 4, we're getting into the deep waters. Infinite Tsukiyomi, arguably the greatest, if not the greatest, genjutsu. A good game to anybody. Put you in a dream world. Unbelievable. What is there to say, man? That was the end game of Uchiha Madara. Kind of sort of an end game of Uchiha Obito. Like, bro, you put people in an altered state of reality. You put them in arguably like a virtual reality. That's pretty crazy, man. Coming in at number 3, Kamui. It makes you intangible. But I'm not done yet. You can send someone to another dimension, but I'm not done yet. You can send body parts and different stuff to another dimension. You can send Bijudamas to another dimension. It's unbelievable what this jutsu could do. It made Uchiha Obito one of the most dangerous characters in casually. Base Obito, one of the most powerful characters in the series. This jutsu works too good. It works too good. Freaking Kishimoto almost put no limits on it. That's how good it was. Coming in at number 2, this was my number 1, but that's because another one had slipped my mind when I was first drawing up the list, and I'm like, duh, come on now. The 8 gates. Cheat code. This is a cheat code ability. Yes, it's in the, but the beautiful thing is in the simplicity. All characters in Naruto. See, this is one of those abilities that, it's like Kaioken, right? And Dragon Ball. Technically, people can learn and do it. It's not no special. It's no ogi, no secret technique, no secret arts. It's not clan specific like Kekkei Genkai and Kekkei. I always forget how to say the 3 mixers. It's no bloodlines, specific, no clan secret knowledge. It's not to some specific village. Everybody has it. But opening gates is mad dangerous. The amps that you get, bro. Opening the 8th gate, 100-fold. Make you above Kage. Like, we saw what Might Guy could do. If it wasn't for Uchiha Madara in his Jubi Jinchuriki state, if he didn't have his hack's regenerative capacity, he was a dead man. Easily. Casually. The dude's movements were warping space. Now, to what degree? Questionable, but still. This dude was moving at some like light speed stuff, man, or beyond light speed. It was, my God, with the 8 gates is absolutely devastating. You saw what happened with Rock Lee even back in the tuning exams. By the time he opened the 5th gate, Gaara was in trouble, man. So, it also showcases that if you can compete with the 8 gates with 6 and 7 like Hisame did, you about that life. You on that level. Coming in, number 1, Yin yang release. Yin yang release. A dude, clearly the most powerful abilities from, in the Naruto world come from yin and yang release. I don't really need to say more. To me, this is the most obvious choice. That's why it's number one. But tell me y'all thoughts on this list. What did I get some things wrong? How would you order it? Did I leave out some abilities you would put on? I recognize people would probably put on the Bijudama, but some of these abilities can counter that. So some of these abilities are just better than that. And also I was looking at practicality in combat and sometimes otherwise. I mean, you can have, the 100 seal that Tsunade and Sakura have. You could have probably put on Myoric regeneration. Like, there's other abilities that are definitely worthy of this list, but this, to me, when I think about with combat, as a shinobi and otherwise, these are probably many of the most useful abilities you can have in the series. All right, y'all, have a beautiful day, beautiful night. Peace.